I am the true alpha male, the living legend of hair loss, your hairline hero, and quite possibly your Jewish accountant. Now, let's get to work here. Let's see what washed up on the shores of the comments. Yes, let's have some fun. Oh no! I might be bald at my funeral. So what we can see here right off the bat is we're seeing the emotional intelligence level, the maturity level of my audience increase. And I can always judge this on how many thumbs down my videos get, because the only people that are going to give those videos a thumbs down are the ones who are very insecure, emotionally unintelligent. If they're above the age of 30, they're MGTOW, they're hair transplant defenders, they're by default, they're atheists. Because I don't know, specifically, there's something demographically, MGTOW people who are past the age of 30 that defend hair transplants also are atheists. It's really weird. It's just an observation I keep running into. So I'm looking at the comments coming in. This got more likes and less dislikes than I think any other Oh No video I've made. I've been so apparent that it's to point out their own insecurity of people watching those videos that would actually get offended by that. They're just outing themselves. So people are recognizing that it's a joke. Man, finally we're making some progress. So here's what Jonas Johnson said. Jonas Johnson, by the way, watches both of my video channels. I have another one called Family Friendly Daddy Blog, which explores things like DNA tests, ethnic background, as well as just concepts on politics, war, that sort of thing. And so I'm seeing his comments show up on both channels. Here's what he said about my oh no video talking about I don't want to be bald at my own funeral. He said, quote, "Okay, that's really creepy. If someone really cares what his dead body will look like, then this person must have a serious mental problem. Your body will decompose anyway, so why do you care?" And I responded, this was based on what several of my viewers have actually said over the years. So let's address that. You have to imagine, when I make those oh no videos, yes, I'm ad-libbing for just 1 minute. Ad-lib means you just make it up on the spot. That's what I'm doing. That's pretty much all these videos are. Whether it's a 1 minute video or a 10-minute video, I'm just rattling off based on a comment someone said. That's all any of those videos are. But especially the oh no videos, I'll take one little phrase and stretch that out for a minute. It's got to be a minute so that YouTube will promote the video so people see it. I keep it at least a minute long. It's just kind of a quick little thing though. I make it as short as I possibly can. And I was like, okay, so what's the new topic? What's the character arc of the oh no guy gonna be? I'm like, oh yeah, because the oh no guy represents the most insecure people on my channel. So serving as an avatar, yeah, a lot of those people had said that they don't want to be bald at their own funeral. And yeah, the person who left the comment there is exactly right. It's disturbing. It's creepy. It's really weird and it's not logical. But Nick Shell says, never try to reason with people who are not being reasonable. Never try to rationalize with people who are irrational. And that's what it is. I've got a lot of mentally disturbed people who watch my channel. They're so obsessed with hair loss because they had something traumatic happen to them in their youth. Some were abused. Some were neglected. They never got the counseling they needed out of that. And therefore, they became a Peter Pan. They never matured. Even if they have a man's body now, they're still thinking that people are judging them on their looks. So that's the kind of people who leave those comments. If there's a way I can do it, I don't know if you can on your end, but I can actually type in a keyword in the comment section and I can pull up any video where anyone's ever left a comment on a basic word. So I can type in funeral and I can pull up the multiple videos I've made over the years up from viewers who were not being trolls. They were being legitimate in saying that they do not want to die bald. They want it, when they're in that casket, they want people to look down and see someone who has all their hair. So multiple people have actually legitimately said that, and that's why I made that video. But yeah, it's interesting because a more disturbing one is about a year ago I did one on castration. Somehow this slipped under the radar. You should look it up. You should type in, that'd be weird, type in Nick Shell castration, but you're gonna find or type in oh no castration on my channel, however you wanna do it. But yeah, that character arc with that character, the oh no guy, he castrated himself. He got castrated in an effort to keep from going bald. And that was based on viewers leaving comments, not people trolling me, but I had one specific guy openly talking about how he castrated him. He either castrated himself or he got castrated. And then he barely mentioned that, but then he'd always bring it up, but then it's always, and here's what I'm doing to save my hair. So imagine that even worse than people worrying that they're going to be bald on their funeral, there are men willing to be castrated in the name of keeping their hair, which is similar to some guys I've had leave comments saying that even though they're straight, women don't like them if they're balding, so they need to learn how to become gay. Like they themselves say, I think I need to learn how to become gay and become attracted to men, so because women won't like me because of hair. So yeah, mentally disturbed people. It's not a matter of them not having some kind of psychological trauma that they never dealt with. They need to see help. But see, the thing is, that's my assumption. We also have people who maybe don't have some kind of trauma that happened to them, but they're just that insecure or they're that addicted to pornography that it's almost like, and I've said it before, I believe being exposed to pornography, especially on a regular basis, daily, weekly basis, is like being sexually abused. I really do truly believe that, especially for the teenage generation now. If you grew up as a teenager regularly seeing pornography before you actually even know what the actual thing's like, to me that's sexual abuse against yourself. I think it's like you being raped. I really do truly believe that. So then it really warps your mind when you continue to expose yourself to that, and then you grow into a man's body, but yet you've got a sexually abused mind of a teenage boy. That's truly what I believe. Notice every time I talk about pornography, I'm never saying it's immoral, and I'm never bringing up religion in conjunction to it. I'm only, granted, despite what I actually believe, I'm only specifically talking about the psychological trauma that it causes, because that's what people actually need to hear. The moment I talk about religion, then you think, oh, he's just a religious nut. So that's why I'll talk about Christianity, but I will not talk about it in conjunction with pornography, because then that becomes the distraction. It's toxic psychologically. It's like being raped. That's what pornography is, especially for teenage boys. And I think that plays into it a lot too. I think because porn is in the air. It is. It's everywhere. Wi-Fi porn. So when you have a whole generation growing up that way, who's basically sexually abusing themselves, basically allowing themselves to be mentally raped every day and not know how to truly actually mature and how to deal with all of that. I think that plays a part in it too. So even if you're not the person who actually was physically abused as a child, if you're allowing yourself to be psychologically abused in that way by exposing yourself to pornography as a teenager, and you continue to do that, I think you can end up getting in that same mindset as the guy who doesn't want to be at his own funeral and be bald, or the guy who's considering becoming gay because women won't like him if he's bald, or the guy who's willing to castrate himself because then he won't go bald. Like that sense of desperation. I think there's a graph. I think there's a chart. I think there's a general direction where you may not be the person who suffered that trauma abuse, but maybe you're exposing yourself to abuse so that you never grow out of that. You end up a man who has the brain of a very deranged boy. And I think a lot of people are encountering that, and we'll see those comments show up. And keep in mind, about height is another one people will obsess over in that situation. I keep bringing up the guy who's 5'8", and sincerely asked me on multiple occasions how to become gay, how to become attracted to men, even though he's not, because women don't like him because he's 5'8" and too short. And then he talked about considering castration also. So mentally disturbed, yes. But I think the problem is a lot of normal guys could end up there through the portal of pornography. I really do believe that. And again, reminding everyone I'm 5'9", so it really is just strange that a man, that's all that separates me from being in that man's shoes. No. I'm thinking like a true alpha male, but I'm also one of the few men on the planet on YouTube that I'm telling you, I've never actively looked at pornography. So I don't exactly even know what it looks like per se, but I think that definitely serves as a great strength for me because I don't have any bit of that weakness. I was smart enough as a teenage boy to think, that doesn't seem like something I want to participate. That sounds like very beta. That sounds very weak. That's what I thought as a teenage kid. And I'm thanking my teenage self now for never opening that door. Your comments belong right here.